You know, when a man truly loves you, he's never going to put himself in a position to lose you. But even more importantly, he's going to put you in a position to thank God that every other dude before him did. Yeah. He going to make you glad you went through those heartbreaks. He going to make you glad that you, quote unquote, suffered those traumas. Because a lot of y'all love so hard, you wouldn't let a guy go unless he really stunk it up bad. I mean, unless you had no way to see any good in him because his reality was that dominant. The right man will come and love you and make you literally glad that you went through and survived those things. Even, of course, we know those things happen and we're like, man, I could have went without that. But the right man, when the right man loves you, it's like it's going to wash away any residual pain, any residual regret, any residual resentment that you may have that you had to be the one to go through what you went through. You're going to know that you didn't deserve it. But if that's what it took for you to get to where you at, the right man will come and love you so well, you'll be thanking God those other men did whatever they did to push you into the arms of the man that's going to protect you for the rest of your life. Now, it's important for me to say this because we talk about red flags and we're in a day and age where a lot of y'all are so woke and I love that. I love that. But you also got to know what the green flags are. You also got to be able to recognize when the man is coming with his heart out, open, ready to rock and roll. Not everybody is trying to manipulate. Not everybody is trying to fool you. Not everybody is trying to trick you. There are some men out here who are lover boys. And I don't mean no disrespect. I'm saying that they love. There are some men who can't get enough of their woman. There are men out here who, everything that another man complained about, there are men out here who will thank God that you did not change that about you. And so I was just telling the sister recently, she had submitted a email. She had registered for the masterclass I'm doing tomorrow on how to steer clear of commitment phobes, which, by the way, I just posted the link to the masterclass that I'm doing tomorrow. So I don't know when you're seeing this, but it's going to be a live event. If you want to get free access, I'm only letting 250 people get in total. So I think we're already like 200, 210 or something like that. If you want to get one of the last remaining free spots on the live masterclass tomorrow, I'll put the link down in the comments, also in the caption, how to steer clear of commitment phobes. Anyway, she asked the question, how to distinguish when a man is in love versus whenever he just wants sex or maybe he's just infatuated. And I'm going to give y'all a couple of phrases. I gave her these as well, but I want y'all to pay attention to something. Not just the literal wording, but the heart posture behind it. Because there are nonverbals. Like when a man takes you through his whole day, when a man is documenting his day with you, something he's seeing and he wants you to see it too, something he laughed at and he wants you to laugh too, that's definitely a signal. That man has now got you installed in that category of best friend. When you become best friend and lover, that's love. Like for a man, I mean, we're very simple creatures. When that man has you as best friend and lover, meaning he wants to jump your bones, but you're also best friend that he doesn't want to experience life without. Even if it means just sending you a message or a phone call or something so you can be brought into the moment with him. That man is letting you know non-verbally he's falling in love. Now, let us get into some of the verbal. So it's not that if a man's not in love that he's disingenuous, he don't care nothing about you or anything like that. But sometimes he just ain't there yet. And if you are, you want to make sure that you're in control of yourself if he ain't nowhere close to where you are. So infatuation shouts, love whispers. What I mean by that is infatuation has a lot of strong emphasis on emotional language and things like that. But when we're talking about real love, it's a lot more subtle. So infatuation may sound something like, you're the most amazing woman I've ever met. It may be true. It may be true. Nothing's wrong with that, but he's just infatuated. You're just the best he's met so far. It's not that you're you specific to your characteristics, specific to your heart, your value system, your quirks, the things that make you different and unique. It's not that. It's just based on what he considers good, you're at the top of the list. And sometimes that can just be because you're right here in front of his face. Just recency bias. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. But whenever a man truly loves you and he's falling in love, he's going to look for very specific ways to add value to your life. He'll say something along the lines, instead of just telling you you're the most amazing woman I've ever met, he's going to let you know, hey, look, I scheduled that doctor's appointment that you've been putting off for this. Yeah, I scheduled the appointment for you. I went ahead, I called up there and I let them know you wanted to come in. Of course, you got to be the one to come in because it ain't gonna just, off my voice. But I went ahead and made sure I reserved that time for you because I know you've been overwhelmed lately. You've really been tired lately. I know you've been trying to get to that, but so much on your shoulders. If you can make it, I went ahead and did that for you. If not, then, I can go ahead and reschedule if you like. Now, some of y'all are like, I don't need him scheduling my stuff. Let me tell you something. If this man sees that you're overwhelmed and he says, let me take something off your plate. We may not live together yet. We may not be married yet. We may not be all this, that, and the other, but let me take something off your plate. That man loves you. Love looks to serve. From a man's standpoint, love looks to serve. Love from a woman's standpoint usually looks like reception because the feminine likes to receive, the masculine likes to give. But if that man sees that you're weighed down by something, he says, look, let me help you carry that burden. It may not be much, but that man is starting to fall in love with you. Because a man operates from that place whenever he's not okay if you're not okay. When a man gets to the point where he's not okay if you're not okay, he's falling in love. And let me put the emphasis on specifics. Again, I'm not talking about these literal phrases. What I'm really saying is the heart posture behind what he's saying. And of course, the actions to align. That's what you want to look for. So when you got a man who's maybe, infatuated, he's really digging you. Maybe it's early or maybe it's not early. He just got his guard up. He may say something like, you're perfect in every way. Yeah, it's cute. That literally can be one size fits all. That can be generally applied to anybody. But when that man has been paying attention to you, when he starts getting the PhD in you and your comfort, and he starts showing that he's been studying, he gonna say something like, hey, I noticed you haven't slept well lately. So I went ahead and I ordered your favorite tea. It'll be at the house in a few minutes. And here's a link to that meditation app I told you about that can help you rest and relax before you go to bed so you can calm your mind down. That's love. That man is falling in love. That's like a deposit. So if he starts getting consistent and things like that, we're not talking about something that he could say literally to everybody, anybody that he just thinks is cute until he gets what he wants. We're talking about something very specific to you that actually takes some thought, actually takes some effort. And again, don't look for just one or two little gestures. All of these things, I always say this, a woman's primary love language is going to be consistency. So always look for the consistency. It ain't about grand declarations. It ain't about him copying and pasting something from his favorite novel or Instagram caption. It's about, is this tailor-made for you? What's up, Joyce? Whenever a man gets tailor-made for you and how he's showing up for you, intimate knowledge, that means he's paying attention. That means his wheels are spinning on how to make your life a little bit better. That man is falling in love. Susan, you say you're always the one that does that. That's why you got to stay away from commitment phobes. A lot of y'all dealing with commitment phobes, and that's why you ain't got a man. A lot of men y'all date don't even like you, or they don't want what you want, or both. Tend to be commitment phobes on either end. You got to stay away from them. Again, I'm doing a live masterclass tomorrow, exposing every red flag on what a commitment phobe looks like and how to avoid them. I'll put the link down in the comments. But let's talk some more. Another one that I want you guys to look for is whenever a man is speaking in future tense. Okay? So if you have a man that's saying something like, hey, we should travel the world one day. Yeah. That's nice. I'm not saying anything's wrong with this. Okay, this is totally appropriate for small talk, for it's been a week or two, or maybe to sprinkle in amongst the other things if you guys are really deep in. Okay, we should travel the world. We should do this. We should. Nothing wrong with that. But when a man starts truly falling in love, you're going to see some action. He may say something like, hey, I researched those cooking classes that you wanted, and I went ahead and I booked us for next week. It's going to get real tangible. It's going to get real specific. The plans are going to get real concrete, not stay at vague promises. Again, I'm not telling you that if he doesn't do this, it's bad. I just want y'all to be able to peep when this man, he does something like that. Oh, he's falling in love with me. Because we don't have capacity to do this for 20 different women, 10 different women, 5 different women, unless he ain't got no job. Now, if you get a man that ain't got no job, he might be able to squeeze the extra one in there and do all of this. But if the man got any type of employment, he's spending his time doing anything productive, he got time for one woman to do this with. Some men got time, and they still won't do this. because it does take real effort. But again, this lets you know that man is starting to fall in love. Another one I want you guys to watch out for is when depth replaces drama or dramatics. What do I mean by that? I mean, whenever a man may just kind of like you or is infatuated with you, honeymoon stage, he may say something like, I've never felt this way about anyone. All right. Whatever. Like, what does that do for you, right? It's like, again. It sounds good. Nothing's wrong with hearing a man say those words. Please do not block this man and feel like it's a red flag because he says something like that. But when that man is truly falling in love, even the conflict is going to bring you closer. You're going to notice him saying things like this. Say you guys had something go wrong. Hey, can we talk about what happened earlier? It's been bothering me because I don't fully understand your perspective and I want to. You see, that ain't sexy. That's not going to go viral on TikTok or Instagram. That's not a reveal with a red bow on it so all your friends and family could see. But that's how a man loves. That man is putting aside his pride and ego. That man is humbling himself to understand that he don't know everything, that he ain't always right. And he's letting you lead the way for him to get to the properly loved version of you. He's wanting directions from you on how to properly love you. That man ain't gonna ask for them directions if he ain't got no plans of getting to that destination. Am I making sense to anybody? I want to make y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Another way to know. I'll give you this one. When comfort overtakes performance. What do I mean by that? When that man says something along the lines of, you're nothing like other women. First off, that's kind of a backhanded compliment to other women, but let's save that for another conversation. We'll be woke to that degree in a little bit. But when he's saying something like that, again, literally it can mean anything. However, when that man says, you know what? I love our dates. I love going out, hanging out, all those other things. But I could have fun just sitting in and watching the show that you've been wanting to see. Or I've been wanting to see. And let you know what that is. Like, can we just spend time together? Maybe the budget doesn't support going out, doing a helicopter date, going to Ruth Chris, or whatever the case may be. Maybe his energy isn't so high because he's been busting his tail. Maybe he's saving up this month. Maybe he's trying to save money or something like that. But if y'all are kind of deep in, y'all are 6 to 8 weeks in, 2 or 3 months. Hey, look, I don't have as much money for this and time for that, but I could definitely cook us a nice dinner and we can get together and just watch a show. Totally watch a show. Maybe just have a junk food night or something like that. Or maybe we make healthy junk food together and then we watch our show. Something simple is better than nothing at all. It's better than him looking for an excuse not to even take you or put no kind of effort into spending time with you. Because he just wants sex. Just to be comfortable with you is going to be something that man looks forward to. Not just wowing you and blowing you off your feet and spending money he ain't got. But literally just being comfortable with you. You know, I tell my mentees this. Even if we're talking sex, y'all, if you have sex every single day for an hour a day, and let's keep it real. Ain't nobody over here having no doggone sex for an hour every single day. But if you did, 96% of the relationship would still be just being comfortable around each other. Sex every single day for an hour would only make up 4% of the relationship. That means you gotta find 96% to go on road trips, to be in the house, to just be around, in the bed, cuddling, laid up. There's got to be a 96% of just being comfortable with each other. So if that man is looking forward to a way to just be comfortable with you, that man falling in love. That man falling in love. Or here's another one. Whenever you notice we starts to replace I on a consistent basis, and it's no longer I can't imagine my life without you. That's cute now. I'm saying some of these are cool. You want your man to feel like that about you. I can't imagine my life without you. That's beautiful if the actions line up. But when he starts getting really pragmatic, really practical with how to keep you in his life by inserting the we dynamic, hey, how can we make sure that this decision we're discussing right now doesn't affect our future plans? How can we make sure that we will have enough in the budget to go on that trip? How can we make sure that we'll have enough to support both you going to school and me continuing to go to work? How can we make sure that, this trip we want to take doesn't affect our ability to launch our business or our ability to go into our marriage with a nice little nest egg, so we're not bringing stress and paranoia and, all those things into the early stages of our marriage? How can we make sure that this next decision, if we're going to take time away after a hard conversation, what can we do to put a limit on that and structure around it so it doesn't drive a wedge that becomes our new normal? You notice that? Notice that difference? I gave y'all a couple. You get what I'm saying? That I gets replaced with we, our. That's a man that's also taking a leadership role. Maureen says, I'll take our sex every day for the first 90 days. He's going to need some help if he's going to pull that off. But for real, be mindful, because there are times when a man is genuinely interested, but he ain't in love or falling in love. And there are times where a man's just manipulating, okay? There's a lot of times, and a manipulator when you see one. If you've been watching me for a while, when love bombing is followed by withdrawal, whenever he makes these promises and says these little infatuation statements, but there's nothing that aligns with it. There's no follow through. The moment he sees that your emotions get high, you notice that he starts asking for more stuff, or inconsistency and misalignment. You already know what that is. And all that's going to do is create the anxiety that you're going to live with. And then he's going to somehow be the solution to. All it's going to do is make you question your worth, doubt yourself, experience exhaustion every day from overthinking. And I'm saying all of this because we got to cover the other side to the coin. We got to cover the other side. And commitment phobes will always use this as a way to manipulate you. They'll use some of these words even. Now, it's very difficult for somebody to fake consistent patterns that align with the word. That's honestly probably going to just become who they are. But a lot of times before you even get there, you might get feelings for a man if you don't spot the red flags that he is a commitment phobe. Just because he's in a relationship with you don't mean he's not a commitment phobe. Just because he's been married before doesn't mean he's not a commitment phobe. Just because he wants to marry you, maybe already married to you, doesn't mean he's not a commitment phobe. Commitment phobes will get in something, sabotage it. Commitment phobes will get in something, change the entire dynamic to where it feels like only one of y'all are in a relationship. I'm going to go more in depth, and I'm going to expose these commitment phobes tomorrow, again, for free. The limit is 250. So if you haven't yet registered for this free masterclass, I'll limit the number so I can take questions at the end. Can't see everybody if it's 10,000 of y'all. So tomorrow at 7 p.m., I'm doing a live masterclass on how to steer clear of these commitment phobes that I'm talking about. Men who are not going to fall in love, but they may fall in love with having access to you. Yeah, the link is down. I put it down here in the comments. If you don't see it right now, let me post it one more time. This is going to be a live masterclass. I'm going to be live just like now, except I'm also going to take questions at the end. And it's going to be a deep dive. This is just tip of the ice. This is play right here. We just chatting right now. The deep dives I'm going in tomorrow. And the link is also in the caption whenever you back out. But moral of the story is this. Whenever you're dealing with a man that is all in, or he's on his way to being all in, his feelings are developing. He was serious from the beginning about courting you for marriage. And now he sees that you got the qualities that he's been looking for. When you're dealing with a man, I don't care what he did in his past. He might look at you right now and say, well, whatever I did is what I did, but I prepared for this and I'm coming hard. I'm not playing with this. This man is not going to make you a practice run for his forever. This man won't need you to convince him of your worth. He'll be too busy making sure that you're thanking God that you chose him. He won't be sitting there trying to convince you to be chosen. He's going to be making sure that you thank God that you chose him. If he's fallen in love with you. But listen for the words. More importantly, listen for the heart posture. And then with your eyes, listen to what he does to back all of those words up. And you'll never go wrong. If you agree, make sure you hit the share button so more people can get this truth. There's a little arrow down there. Wherever you see it, hit the share button if you agree with anything that I just said so we can spread this truth to more people. I need your help. And if you want to deep dive, if you want to go, this is nothing. If you want me to go in, because I'm going to do it either way it goes. But if you want to get in the room tomorrow for free, I put the link down here in the comments. All new live masterclass tomorrow, January 7th, okay? 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. How to steer clear of commitment phobes in 2025. We're not wasting no more time with men who are not ready. I got y'all back. I'm exposing it all tomorrow.